In this video, we are going to learn about these three different concepts. One is what is system context, what is with sharing, and what is without sharing. The reason for learning this is to understand the impact of DML statements execution and SOQL query results. So we will have a Apex class. Inside this Apex class, with respect to system context, what is the behavior of DML statements? With respect to with sharing, what is the behavior of DML execution? And with respect to without sharing, what is the behavior of DML execution? Similarly, we will also understand the same rules for SOQL results. There is also chance that a visual force page is linked to an Apex class, or a lightning component is linked to an Apex class. In that case, what is the behavior of the SOQL results with respect to all these three different concepts? That is what agenda for this video. Okay, so now as part of this, first we are going to understand what is system context. System context is also known as system mode. Okay, so in system mode or system context, we need to understand about three different concepts. In system context, we need to understand three different concepts. First concept is CURD permissions. What is CURD permissions? So if you want to know uh, each word, the meaning of each word, so you can refer here. C stands for insert or create. Insert, also known as create. U stands for update, edit. R stands for read, view, and D stands for delete. So these are the full forms for CURD, right? So now, what is the use of this? For example, if I go to, if I just logged in as one user, okay, there is a account record. It's a account tab, right? I clicked on account tab. Now I'm able to see these records. If you see here, these are all the records. Okay, it means that I have the read permission. In CURD, I have read permission. Because of that, I am able to see these records. Okay, and U U stands for update, right? So C stands for create or insert. You see here new button. With by clicking on new button, we can able to create new account record. And if you click continue, this is record types is enabled in my org. So that is why you're able to see the previous screen. And here we are able to create the record, and successfully we can save this account. Because I have a create permission. So let's say on existing record, if I open some existing record, then if I have edit permission, I can click edit button, and I I can able to modify this data and save it successfully. If I have edit permission or update permission. So similarly, if you have delete permission, you can able to delete the record from the database. So this is about CURD permission. So in system context, so where we can see these permissions. So now we understand that, and from the UI we can see these buttons, and then the purpose of these buttons is to create record, update record, delete records. So all these are called as DML operations. So where this from where these permissions are coming into picture? If I open a profile, in a profile level we have these permissions. If you scroll down here, we will have all these permissions: read, create, edit, delete, view, all, modify. So these permissions are there. Okay, now now what we need to understand, now we understand that CURD permissions and use of it, and where these permissions are controlled. Now what we need to understand is, in system context, what happens to CURD? Suppose for this user, uh, for this is a profile, and this is a profile, and for this profile, for example, if I click view users, I can see who all users are aligned to this profile, right? Now these aligned user permissions are based on this profile object settings, right? Assume here I have read permission, so I can able to read my records. For example, if I don't, even though in profile level, if I am not enabling these checkboxes, in system context, in system context, s- I can able to create records, I can able to delete records, I can able to update records. So what I mean is, in system context, even though we haven't enabled these permissions, in the backend these permissions will be enabled when it is executing. So system context is again in terms of Apex class, or there are other means as well. We will talk about it. Now, the second thing is about FLS, field level security. So there are two versions of field level security. Version one is read only, meaning it available in two formats. One is read only and editable. Editable means it is read plus edit permissions. Both permissions will be available. Like if it is editable, it means that it has read permission plus edit permission. And read only means we can just able to see the record. So if you want to see this practically, I'll just show you how this FLS is will impact. For example, I came to one account record. I came to I have opened one account record. I just clicked on edit button. Now, if you see this account owner, this is a field. Account owner is a field. Admin user is a data for this field. I am able to read this, but I'm not able to edit it because in the backend they have restricted. Now, account name is a field, and this is data for this field. Now I can able to I'm able to read this data. At the same time, I am also able to modify this data. So, so there is some other error, so that is fine. I'm just updating it. So now see, I'm able to modify this data as well, right? So what I'm trying to explain here is FLS for a field, there are two levels of permissions or two versions of permissions. One is read only, editable. Editable means it contains read permission plus edit permission. So this is an example for read only field, and this is an example for read editable field. So where we can see this in the profile level. For example, if in the profile level, if I just search for field level security, in the profile level we have field level security. Let me go to accounts. This accounts, now if I click view button, then it will display all the account related fields here, all the account related fields with these two permissions, read permission and editable permission. Editable means read plus edit, right? I said here editable means read plus edit permission. So what I mean here is, uh, for example, if you see this account source for this field, currently read permission is also not enabled and edit permission is also not enabled. It means that when this user, like the user belongs to executive user is a profile name. For this profile, whatever user is aligned, if I log in as that user, then what happens is, if account source field I cannot able to see on the screen because I don't have read permission plus edit permission. Okay, now if I enable, if you observe here carefully, I'm not going to enable this read checkbox, but I'm just trying to enable edit checkbox. immediately this read checkbox is also enabling. That is what editable is, read plus edit. So now we understand what is FLS and how this is behaving in terms of read only context and how it is behaving in terms of editable context. Now in system context, what is going to happen in system context, for FLS will be ignored. It means that even though in the profile level, there is no permissions for a specific field, in the back end uh, it will give the top permission, which is editable permission. It means that in the profile level, even if we are not enabling the checkboxes for read permission or edit permission, when an Apex class is executing in a system context, then by default it will give editable permission. It will give editable permission. The same rule for first one also, CURD also. When even though in the profile level these read, create, update, delete permissions are not enabled, but when a Apex class is executing in system context, then when Apex class is executing in system context, then for that particular user, uh, with that particular user login also, we can able to perform all these DML operations without any issue from the Apex class. From the Apex class. This is about CURD, and second point is FLS. So system context is all about understanding these three concepts. Heard permission, now we understand it clearly. And what is FLS, this is clear. Now one more third point, this is the final thing that we need to understand in terms of system context. So there is a sharing rule. So uh, even if you refer the official Salesforce official documents, let me open this. So in this official document, they have given clearly saying that what are those three. I have taken it from this point. I have taken it from this point. So what I'm saying is, in system context, why we are saying that we just need to learn about these three things, because even in the official document they have given this. We just need to learn about these three things, then we are good with the system context. Now what is sharing rule? In sharing rule they are not talking about all these roles, sharing rules, manual sharing, Apex sharing, territories, teams. So these are these are concept, we will see what it is. In terms of sharing rule, they are just talking about OWD. They are not talking about all these things in system context. So what I mean is, in system context, when we are learning about sharing rule, we just need to learn about only OWD. We don't need to learn about all these things, roles, all these things we don't need to learn in terms of system context. Why? Why? Because in system context, for sharing rule, for OWD, for a particular object, they are giving the maximum mode. They are giving the maximum mode, which is public read write. If OWD is public read write, then we don't need to think about all these solutions. So if you are not aware of what is OWD and what is role hierarchy, roles or sharing rules, all these things, I'll tell you. So let me go to this. Okay. Now OWD has three. Now we will try to understand first what is OWD, then we will see how these are impacting and what it is. In OWD, we have three different modes: private, public read only, public read write. And these three modes are available for all the objects, for all standard objects, plus all the custom objects. Custom objects are the objects created by us, and standard objects are provided by Salesforce on the platform. So only one permission we can select per one object from the OWD. Okay, we cannot select three at one time for one object. If you want to see where it will be available, you can just type your sharing settings in the quick find. Then you can see this OWD rules. OWD's full form is organization wide defaults. You can see per each object these permissions are available. At a time we can select only one, and per one object we can select only one mode. But by default these are the three modes available in OWD. Next is on object this OWD will work with profile. OWD will not, like, these concepts are all interdependent. OWD will work closely with profile level permission. So I previously I have shown you this, right? On profile level for objects we have all these permissions. So I have written it here. If you see this view all modifier, I have marked this as these, assume these two are in red zone for time being. So if let's say there are two users and these two users are belongs to same profile, okay, and assume there is a object named as object 1, and if that object 1 has read permission, and if OWD is private, then this user 1 can able to read the record, only read the records which is shared to him, and he cannot read the records of user 2. For example, user 2 has one record shared. Let's say there is a record called R1 record, and for user 1 there is a record called R3 record. Now user 1 is able to see only R3 record, whereas user 2 can see only R1 record. If if OWD is private, and in that object we just have only if we have this permission, then we can able to see. The same way, if it is OWD is private and if it is create permission, then uh, user 1 can able to create new records and he can able to see the records created by him. And the same way user, let's say I have create permission, assume I have create permission now, then what happens, this user 1 can create a record called R4, and he can able to see this R4 record. User 1 can see R4 records, but this R4 record will not be visible to R2 record, sorry, user 2. So the same fashion for this update as well. If OWD is private and in the profile level if you have update permission for object 1, then user 1 or individual users can able to edit their own records, not the others records. Next is public read only. So delete is also the same. We'll talk about these two later. And public read only. Public read only means now what happens, as per the previous example, these are the records created and available for the users, right? Now assume R3 record is just in private case. Let me go back to private this only. In private case, if R3 record is shared, assume this is just shared as read only. If R3 record is shared as read only, in case of private, what happens, user 1, even though he has, let's assume even he has edit permission, he'll not be able to edit this R3 record. He'll just able to see this record. If this record is shared as read only, this record is shared as read and write, then only he'll be able to edit this record, because he has update permission here. Okay. Now public read only. Public read only means now user 1 can see R3 record because it's already shared with him, R4 record also, and this for R3 record he has write access also. So he'll be able, he has update permission. So let's assume he has update permission, has create permission, and has read permission. So these are the permissions available. And before assume now OWD is private, let me We highlight this. As I told you earlier, at any given point of time only one value will be there, so that is why I'm highlighting with different color. Previously we have this scenario and we understand how the behavior is. And if it is public read only, then the behavior is different. Public read only means, let's say now user 1 has update permission plus create permission, so he can able to create records, he can able to see the records, plus R3 record he has edit permission, so user 1 can able to edit this record also because he has update permission. R4 record is created by user 1 only, so he can able to update this record if required. And user 1 will also see the record which is created by user 2 because of public read only. R1 is also visible to user 1 now. R1 is also visible to user 1, but this record is created by owned by user 2. This record is owned by user 2, and there is like if this record is on this record, if you have not given edit permission, in this record if you are not giving edit permission, if you are not giving edit permission, then R1 record user 1 will not be able to edit, but he'll be able to view this record, access, see the record. Now now OWD is public read only, so user 2 can see R1 record because it is created by user 2 only, plus in addition to this R3 record also he can able to see, plus R4 record also he can able to see. But for these two records he don't have edit access, so he'll not be able to edit these records. He'll not be able to edit this record. Let me put it in this way, dark mark. So R3 R4 records will not be editable, will not be editable by user 2. Okay, but now now let we will go back to public read rate. Public read rate means, let's assume I don't have any permissions on the profile level, I don't have these permissions. Then user 1 user 1 uh, when a user one logs in, he'll not be able to see all these records. In profile level, even though OWD is public read, right, in the profile level if we don't have any permission, then all this will become blank. When a user one logins on object one, he'll not be able to see any of the records. User two will also not be able to see any of the records, because in the profile level if you don't have permission, but only if we have uh, this public read rate is the highest level of permission in OWD. If only if it is there, but in object level, if profile level if we don't have, then we'll not be able to see any of the records. Assume I have now read permission plus create permission plus update permission. I have all these three permissions. Let me give some other color. Okay. So now I have in OWD is public read, right? And in the profile level, I have all read, create, edit, update permission. Then user one can able to anyway he'll be able to uh, create he'll be able to update this record, R3 record, R4 record also, R1 record. R1 previously in the public read only context he will not be able to edit, but now it is because of public read, right? R1 record is also editable. Now R1 record is also editable by user 1. Now user 2 will be able to will be able to now we need to remove this, right? Because R1 record is editable. And now for user 2, R1 is created by user 2 only, he will be able to edit, and these two also he'll be able to edit because in the profile level he has permission to update the records, and public records also he'll be able to edit it. That's what the meaning of public read rate. If public read rate is there, then they'll get complete permissions to update the records of other user created records also, or other user owned records also. if and only if on profile level, if these, at least these permissions should be available. Now view all modify all, if we have view all modify all, then it will not consider OWD. It will not consider whatever OWD it is. If you modify all is available, then they'll be able to see all the records and able to edit all the records. That is the basics of OWD. Now, now, now we understand what is OWD, right? Let's assume I have OWD as private, OWD as private, or OWD is public read write. OWD is private. Let's assume OWD is private. If OWD is private, if I want to, let's say there is a requirement came, OWD is private. Now we understand that uh, he'll be able to see only his records. User one is able to see only records created by him. He's not able to see records created by user two. But I want to share a record. I want to share a record. Then there should be a workaround. So what I am saying is there should be a workaround. So the workarounds are all these. One of these solutions we can select. A role and other of these concepts will work together, or other of, I mean, what I mean is uh, a role and other concepts may accomplish this, or only role can accomplish this. So there are it can be a combination of role and all these things, or else it can be just a role, or it, if there is no role setup, then any one of these concepts, using this we can share the record. So what I'm trying to explain is, if OWD is private, and if our business has a requirement or a problem saying that, or a use case, if you want to share a record, there are two use cases only. If OWD is private, then there are two cases, two use cases. One is we might need to share a record to specific user, or we might need to share a record to set of users. Then the workarounds are all these solutions: roles, sharing rules, manual sharing, Apex sharing, territories, teams. Teams, we have account teams, opportunity teams, case teams. Using these workarounds, we can fulfill these requirements. So in other words, if OWD is if OWD is private, if you want to relax the rule, if you want to relax the rule for a specific user or set of users, then we have workarounds as these many concepts. Now, now, in system context, OWD will be set as public read write as default value. What I mean is, but it will not update in, it will not update here, it will not update in the sharing settings, but in the backend, in the backend, when an Apex class is executing in system context, then it will, OWD will be marked as public read write as a default value. If OWD is public read write, then we don't need to think about all these workarounds. Correct? So now I'll just want to recap what we have discussed about system context. If an Apex class is executing in system context, then there are three things that we need to aware of. One is CURD permissions at the profile level. At the profile level, we will have all these permissions, even though in the profile, if these checkboxes are not enabled, when Apex class is executing in system mode, we can able to perform all the DML operations on a record. That is point one. Point two is about FLS. FLS, we have two parts: read only and editable. When Apex class is executing in system mode, then FLS will be FLS will be set as editable as a default value. Editable is a default value for FLS in system context. When Apex class is executing in system context, then FLS will be defaulted to editable. It means that it will not update. It will not update here. it will not update these checkboxes. But when class is executing in system context, it will consider FLS as it editable. For FLS, it default as editable. And and in when Apex class is executing in system context, sharing rule would in OWD will be marked as public read rate as a default value. If OWD is public read rate, then we don't need to think about all these workarounds. All these workarounds will come into picture if OWD is other than public read rate. If OWD is other than public read rate, then these workarounds will come into picture. The purpose of this workarounds is to relax the rules, relax the OWD restriction, relax the OWD restriction for specific user or for set of users. So this is about system context. So next, as per our learning process, so we have understand what is system context, then we are going to learn about with sharing. So what is with sharing? Again, in with sharing also, again these three concepts will come: uh, CORD, FLS, and sharing rule. But in with sharing, what happens if an Apex class is executing with sharing mode? With There is a space between with and sharing. If Apex class is executing in with sharing mode, then what happens? It will not consider profile level CORD permissions and FLS permissions, which means that in system context we learned that CORD will be, even though in the profile level CORD is not available, it will consider that the profile has CORD and it will execute, meaning we will be able to perform DML, and we will be able to perform uh, update to a field, because in the backend it is considering or giving the most higher value which is editable. In the same way for with the sharing also, for with the sharing, if a class is executing with the sharing also, with the sharing, then in the profile level, if you don't have the CORD permissions or if you don't have FLS permissions, by default it will give the maximum values. For FLS it will give editable. For in the object level, all the code permissions will be available, in terms of with sharing. In case if you want in case if you want to enforce these rules, CORD and FLS, then we have to apply our own solution. We have sharing sorry we have schema class in place. Using schema class, we can apply these rules. Let's say in profile level, only if CORD permissions are available, then only if you want to perform DML, then it is developer responsibility to validate in the class before doing DML operation using schema class. But but if the class is executing with sharing, it will consider sharing rule. What I mean is, for OWD it will not give any default value, it will not take any higher value as a default value. If OWD is private, then the Apex class will run in private mode only. What it is private mode? Let's say if record is not available, whatever records are available, when we do socket query, only that specific record will be retrieved. If the permission is not there, if the record is not visible from the backend, even though we are writing a socket query to fetch that record will not will we will not be able to retrieve. So we will see this practically, but try to understand what is with sharing. In with sharing, these two CORD and FLS permissions will be relaxed for execution in Apex class context, but it will not relax the sharing rule. It will not relax the sharing rule. So what it will do, whatever OWD is there, that will be applicable. And if OWD is not given as public read rate, if OWD is not given as public read rate value, then what happens? Then of in our business, there may be use cases to share the records for specific users and set of users. Then these workarounds will come into pictures, And if this workarounds, because of this workarounds, if record is shared, then only that specific records, when we query from the backend, those specific records will be retrieved in terms of with the sharing concept. So I think I'm clear about, uh, I tried to explain this very clearly. What is with sharing? In with the sharing, it what it will respect and what it is not respecting, or you can say another words, what it is considering, what it is not considering. In with the sharing also, CURD permissions plus FLS permissions will be ignored, meaning it will take the highest values. Even though in the profile level, if it is not available, it assumes that the user has permission to perform the perform the actions. But its sharing rule, especially to OWD, it will not consider any higher value as a default value. As a result, whatever OWD is configured, that will be considered. And because of our business use case, in case if we have applied these workarounds, then these will also be this will also consider when the class is working with sharing. Okay, now we understand with sharing also. The next concept is without sharing. Without sharing is very similar to or equals to system mode. So what happens, whatever we learned in system mode, we can apply the same rule for without sharing. Okay, now theoretically we understood what is system context, what is with sharing, and what is without sharing. And these are the concepts we have learned. Now we will see all these things practically. Okay, so to see this practically, you should have one you should have one user which is not a system administrator user, which is not a system administrator user, to understand this clearly. Okay, so because of this, I have what I did is have a profile called executive user. It's a custom profile, and in this profile I have multiple users aligned. So I'm going to utilize this user for our demo purpose. So let me go with the first is, let me go with system context. First is system context. So what I did was I have built a visual force page, and I have built a visual force page and an apex class to understand this with sharing system context without sharing. Okay, so the first thing is system context. Let me go to my uh, apex class. So this is my visual force page, and the sharing check is visual force page, and then this is the controller class or apex class. Okay, let me remove this. If you are not writing anything at the class level, if you are creating a class, then this is the prototype or a syntax, right? Public, and then public class name public. uh, Public is access modifier. Outer classes can be either public or global, it cannot be private. So that is about access modifier. uh, okay, so the syntax is the access modifier. We cannot if you are not writing anything, by default it will be private, but for outer classes private is not allowed, so we will write public. Okay, and then syntax, as per the syntax, you can see this here, top level must be public or global visibility. It is not, it will not allow private. If you are not writing anything, by default it is considered as private. That's why it's thrown error. Okay, that's fine. Public class name, if I am writing like this, then this is considered as what? This is considered as system context. This is considered as system context. In this system context, what happens, I'll not be able to I'll not be able to sorry, all these three concepts will come into picture. Now we will just save this class. So in this class, what I am trying to do is, uh, when so this is how the output will looks like. This, where there is a drop down, with sharing, without sharing, and FLS check. When you click go button, then we in the backend I am running a SOQL query, and I'm trying to perform DML statements. So this is the like this is what system context, right? It focus on CURD permissions plus FLS. So these things are also taken, we have taken into consideration, and we will see what it is. So the first thing is about system context, right? So let's say if you are select okay, let me explain this. The design is like this. Whatever value you are selecting, if I select with sharing and if I click go, then in the backend, I'm identifying whether it is coming from with sharing or without sharing using this. It's a string field. It's a string field declared at a class level, and in the Visual Force page, this is how I am identifying. Whenever you change, fetch data is a JavaScript method. What this method will do, whatever value you have changed in the drop, whatever the value we are changing in the drop down, this value will be auto populated into this field. This is a field at the Apex class level, right? This is a field. So into this field it will populate. Okay. uh, okay, now let's assume I have clicked go button with sharing. So what I did was, uh, okay, so let me go to my profile. I've taken I'll take account object for all our actions. So if I go to account, if I go to profile, and what I am doing is, currently I have read permission. So that is why, let's say if I click this I'm able to see now I logged in as this specific user. You can see I'm able to see accounts tab, plus I am able to see some records here. Okay. And what is OWD? Currently for account, OWD is I have configured as private. So I'm able to see the records created by me and the records which is shared to me. Okay. Shared means, it can be with any of these workaround. Using any of this workaround, the record is shared. So if I want to understand how this record is shared, then what we can do is, if I go to this, for example this record, right? I'll take this, I'll copy this ID. i'll I'll have logged in as I've logged in as what, system, sorry, let me go to, I'm logged in as a system administrator in one window, or an, so now I'm able to see this record. If I click sharing button, then I can able to see how, like what are the same record. No, I think this is the wrong record I've selected. Let me go to say correct record. So if I go and click the sharing button, then what happens? I can able to see how this record is shared. This is this is shared as only read only. It is not editable. This field is not editable for this user. For this user, this field is not, this record is not editable. It's just read only. How it is shared? If I click this, I can able to see this is because of opportunity team. Like you can see it here, because of opportunity team, this record is shared. This is how you have to understand how a record is shared. So what we did to understand how record is shared, we just need to go to, as an administrator, just this is a simple way. You don't need to write any SOQL queries, nothing to understand it. For huge number of records, we can check from the backend. But if it is just one or two records, this is how you can check. Log in as a system administrator, open that record and go to sharing. Then you'll be able to see the reason for sharing. So let's say for this user, this record, this demo test 2 record is available, demo test 2 account record is available for this user in read only context. So what is read only context? I'll show you here. I logged in as this user. This user is available. Now I'm not able to see edit button. If you see here, I'm not able to see edit permission also. I cannot edit it basically. So how this record is shared? If you click on the reason, this is a reason column. If you click on this reason column, you'll be able to understand this is shared because of opportunity team. Currently this record is shared because of opportunity team. It can be because of any of these reasons. So any of these, because of any of these workarounds, this record might share. Okay, that's fine. Let's come back to our concept. So we are trying to understand about system context, right? So what I'm trying to do is, in the profile level for account, currently I have read permission. Because of read permission, I'm when I logged in as this Bassi, I'm able to see accounts tab, plus I'm also able to see these records. So now what I'm doing, I'm removing this at least I'm removing this read permission also. Now I'm just saving this record. This is a profile. On a profile, i've removed the I've removed the read permission also. If you go here, see, currently I have removed the read permission also for this profile. I logged in as this basic user itself, and if I try to refresh this now, you see account tab is also hidden. So tab will also be removed, because you need at least read permission on an object to see the. So if you see here, account tab is also hidden because we don't have access, read access also. But what we learned from the system context is, even though in the profile level we don't have these checkboxes, it will allow to perform DML action. So let me prove that. Let me, as a Bessie user, I'll go to with sharing, and in with sharing what, oh, let me open this class. Let me go to my class. When I click with sharing, when I click with sharing, when I click go button, and if I've selected with sharing, then it comes here. So this record will be impacted. Let me pass this ID. Okay. So I'll try to open this record here. I'm not able to, I'm not able to access this record because I don't have at least read permission also. And as a system administrator also, I'll open the same record. As a system administrator, I'm trying to, as a system administrator, I have full rights, so I'm able to see this record. This was last modified by admin user at this specific time. Now let me go back to the Visualforce page, refresh it, refresh it, go to with sharing, go to with sharing. And one more thing, like we also learned currently CURD permissions are not there. And in the back end, if you observe this logic, what I'm doing, on account source, I'm passing this value. This is a pick list value. This account source, go back to profile, go to profile and search for field level security. GERD permissions are not there. Plus I searched for this. And if you see the account source, this account source is not having these permissions also. Okay. So CURD permissions are not there, plus FLS permissions are not there. Okay. Now, as what I'm doing in the Apex class, just revise it one more time. So now we are clear, right? On object level, I don't have this permission. Plus on the field level, for this field we are changing some value and I'm trying to update it. This field also, FLS permission is also not there. and this record is last modified at this time. And currently account source value is this value, and through apex class we are trying to change as this one, advertisement, right? Now the current class is executing in system context. Current class is executing in system context. Now I am first, what I am doing, I am querying the record from the database. I am trying to query the record from the database. After querying, I am trying to update the I'm trying to I'm trying to query the record from the database. Step 1. Step 2, I'm passing a value to a field as advertisement. This is a pick list field, and then I am performing DML operation. So let me put as this is step 1. Step 1 is, what is step 1? I am querying record. In step 2, what is step 2? Passing value to field. This account source is a field. It's a type is pick list, and I'm passing some value to this. And what is step 3? So this is step 3. I am performing DML operation. So these are the 3 steps. Let me save this. uh, at the same time, I'll also open debug logs. I'll just clean this. I've saved this. Let me execute this. As a Bessie user, I don't have access to I don't have access to account tab itself, and also I don't have these permissions on account. CURD permissions are not there. FLS is not there. FLS is I have not enabled any value. So in the system context, what it read is it will be taken as highest value, and it will take as all these permissions in the profile level. If it's not there, also it will consider this, and the sharing rule OWD it will give as public read write. But what is our OWD? We will see our OWD is private. Our OWD is private, but what we learned, by default in system context it will give public read write. And in field FLS currently, uh, and currently for this field I don't have this, any value is not enabled, either read or read is not enabled. But we understand from the system context it will give the highest priority. And object level, let me go to object level. I don't have any of the CURD permissions, but what we understood is in system context it will give all these permissions. Now this is for executive user profile, and executive user profile user is uh, Bessie. This Bessie username is Bessie. So now I am going to click go button. See, currently I'm not able to see anything here, but it in the backend it is able to perform these 3 steps without issue. Step 1, it is able to fetch the records. We will check in the debug logs whether it is able to fetch the records or not. Let me go to, this is the debug log. So we'll see what is step 1. So you see here, step 1, line number 33. This is how we have to read debug logs. This is line number 33. It is having a query, and it fetched one row 1, rows is equal to 1 record it fetched successfully because we have given id as 1. So in the system context, even though this record has no permissions to the user, it is able to query from the database. That is what is the proof from this. Next, step 2. Step 2 is this field is having no access. This field is having no access, but we are able to pass the value to it. And then step 3 is we are able to perform DML operation successfully. So we are able to perform. So it actually in the backend after update. So update is also happened successfully. If you want to check whether So DML type, you can see here, DML type is update. So update is also done in the backend successfully. So what is the proof now? We will, what is the record? This is the record. We already opened it here. Where is this record? Correct. This is the record. Earlier, this was last modified by 1151 by admin user, 430 by admin user, and as account source for this field, we're trying to change to some other value, right? Let me refresh this now. For refresh, see, account source is changed to this, and last modified is this user. So what happened here, when even though this user is not having any of the permissions, because of the class is executing in system context means you don't need to write anything. Because of that, we are able to perform all these actions successfully, all these actions successfully. now now we will also understand one more thing. This is a visual force page. The same rules apply for lightning as well, lightning component as well. So this is a visual force page, right? What we are trying to do, once we are trying, acc is a account variable we are storing into that account variable. Whatever dml we are doing, after updating the value, the current record we are storing into acc field, and this acc field will be available to visual force page because we have get set methods here. So this will be available for this. So at the same time what I am doing here, it is in with sharing. So I'm enabling this flag as true. And yeah, so this flag as true. So when I go here, what happened, with sharing mode checkbox is enabled. So this it rendered this particular block. And here acc dot account source, acc is object here, right? It's an object, we are passing it here, the entire record we are passing. This is how you will try to access individual field account source. Because this field we don't have access to this field, as a result this screen is blank here. And acc output text, I tried with the output field, I tried with output text, I am trying to access a field of object account source. Because this field is not visible, as a result on the visual force page we are not able to see the results, but in the backend it it is able to access the field, it is able to retrieve the record, it is able to perform dml operation. And I, without using output text or output field, I try to just print like this, but still I am not able to see the records in this page block. So what we have solution is, in case even though the user has no access to this record, but still I want to display this this field value. The only solution is, what we can do is, we can create it is of string data type, right? So what I did, I created a account source as a string field. Now what I will do, I'll go to this, I'll go to this class, and here I'm modifying it, right? After uh here I'm modifying it. So what I'll do is, account source, this is what I have done. So account source, into this variable, account source variable, this is a class level string variable. Into this variable I am passing the passing this value. So let me, in with sharing mode, whatever record we performed dml operation, same record I am fetching, and I am trying to display it here. So now this flag is true. So I'm going to this page block. This page block has a flag, this flag is true, and we are trying to display like this. So let me go back to this. Instead of with fls check, I'll just click this go button now. Invalid field for a subject account. Because this field is not available, so you cannot write like this. So what we'll just try to comment it here till here. But we have this value in account source, so I'll just simply, okay, anyway I have placed it here, right? So let me save this. Let me go back to this, execute it. FLS check this same record I'm trying to display it here. If you see, this page block is enabled now, this page block is rendered or enabled, and we are able to display this data. So the only way to display this data, in case if you don't have FLS permission on the Visualforce pages, we need to create any a field in the class level, and we can display like that. This is about system context. Now we understand how the system context is, considering these 3 points in the Apex class, how it is working, and when it comes to Visualforce page in the screen, how it is behaving, we understand now. Let me change the same now. Let me change this to with sharing now. Let me change this as with sharing. So in with now, let me move the screen slide. So with sharing, it will not respect these two things, but it will respect the sharing rule. If a record is shared with him, if record is owned by this user, or if record is shared with the right permission, we can able to update it. So now let me go back to this, but still I'm not enabling. I said, like as we said, this will not consider basically CURD and FLS permission. It will assume that it has permissions, even though in the object level, profile level, we don't have permissions, right? So let me go back to, I have modified as with sharing now, and I'm not enabling any permissions also. Like OWD is going to be still private, and this records I'm not changing anything. Sorry, the profile level I'm not changing permissions now. In the FLS, still I'm not changing any permissions. Like I have removed the permissions previously, but still I'm running in the class in with sharing mode. Now what we will do, we'll take this record, we'll take one record. So this record is not owned by, and this record has no access. So let me open this record. This is a record created by the same user. I'll take this record, and I'll try to open this record here. I'll try to open this record. This record, as this user, we don't have permissions at profile level, and uh, so that's why you're not able to see the record. But I'll try to open the same record here. So this record, actually for this record, owner is Basil. Owner is Bessie. So if record is owned by this user, then he'll be able to, and also we'll see what is the sharing reason. So Bessie has full access. So what I explained here is, if sharing has full access, then we'll be able to perform DML operation on the record, even though this on the object level we don't have CURD and FLS permissions are not there also, still we can able to perform. So now this has full access. Full access means read plus write permission is available. But In the front end, we are not able to see this record. We're not able to access this record. But in the back end, what I'm doing, uh, I'm just querying now. Again, I'm performing 3 steps. I'm trying to query now, and what we will do, will also enable debug logs. Where is that? Clear this debug logs. Okay. Now this class is executing. This class is executing in still with sharing mode only, and this class is executing with sharing mode, and these 3 steps I am performing again. Let me open this record. Did I open already? Yes, I already opened. Currently this value is advertisement, right? So let me change it to some other value. Let me put it as partner here. As a system admin, I just modified this pick list value. Why I modified, now you can see that last modified is admin user and account source is partner. But in the code, what we are doing, we are fetching this record and then we are changing to advertisement. After that, we are trying to do perform DML operation, but we don't have CERT permissions, we don't have FLS, and OWD is still private. We don't have this currently. These permissions are not there in the profile, so that's why we are not even able to access the record on the screen. But in the backend, what happens in the Apex class? If class is with the sharing, what is going to happen, that we will see now. Let me clear the debug logs. Let me clear the debug logs. No, currently we don't have any debug logs. Let me execute this. Let me go to the Visualforce page. Go to with sharing again. If I click go button, see, see, I clicked with the sharing button. Then what happened? In the backend, it is able to perform the DML without any issue. The backend is able to perform DML without any issue, and it opened this. Uh, Let me refresh the debug logs. With the sharing mode, what it did was it was able to again, even though there is no CERT permission, it was able to fetch the record and then it was able to update the record. It was able to perform update the record. So let's go back to our account. Let's go back to our account. And this is the account, right? Earlier it was last modified and this was partner value. Now refresh it. Now see, it changed to advertisement and last modified is changed now. So what we understand is on the profile level, these permissions are not there. OWD is private, so the record we are not able to access. But in the backend, uh, it is just respecting this record OW sharing rule. It is just respecting sharing rule and it is performing DML operation. It is ignoring these two things. So we'll do one more exercise for with sharing. So what I'll do now is I'll go to profile. I'll go to profile. I'll edit it. I'll give just read access now. I'll give just read access. I just given read access now. Now let me go to the screen. If I refresh it, if I refresh this, I have 2 records. If I open, I'm able to open 2 records. All right, created by. So this record is owned by this Bessie user itself, and there is one more record. This is owned by administrator user, but because of some reason it is shared. What is that some reason? Let me open this record in. Let me click this sharing. Now if you see this record is shared to Bessie, but it is read only mode. So read only means we cannot edit this record. We cannot, as per the sharing rule, will not edit the record. So what I explained is, with the sharing, even though FLS and card is not available, but if sharing is just read only, then if you try to perform update operation, it will throw error. It will throw error. So I'll just this ID. What we do now, for Basi, when a Basi is logged in, he'll be able to see this record. But this record, when we checked from the backend, he just have read permission. You don't have full access. You don't have read write access. As a result, if you try to perform any DML operation on this, then it will throw error. So now what I'll do is I'll try to I'll try to pass this ID with the sharing. I'll try to pass this ID and the class is running in with sharing. Let me go and refresh this. Let me go and refresh this. Now I'll click on with I'll have with sharing is enabled. I'm just clicking go button. Now it says that insufficient access read only. It is clearly saying that class is running in with sharing. If class is running in with sharing, then it respects sharing rule. What it is respecting sharing rule means is, if the record if the record is not having permission, if the record is not having permission to edit and at the sharing level, then you cannot perform update operation. That is what it was throwing error for us. That is what it is throwing error. So now we will analyze bit. Now now we clicked on with the sharing, we clicked on with sharing drop down, and then we clicked go button, right? So in the go button, what is happening? First it is querying the records from the database. Now we will try to analyze the debug logs. So this is what the error we are facing, right? This is what the error we received. This is the debug log. Let me open this debug log. If you observe here, Socket query, it is able to, in with sharing mode, Socket query, it is able to fetch this record. So this is working, and it is also passing this value to this field, even though FLS is not there. But when we try to perform update operation, because as per the sharing, this record is not completely shared. It means, sorry, it is not given edit permission in the sharing rule. That's why we are not able to edit it. That's what it is also saying for us. Update is failed. So this is how insufficient insufficient access of read only. This is how with the sharing will work. This is how with sharing will work. What I'll do, I'll just refresh the screen now. As per if you are not performing DML, if you are just querying the record, it will work without any issue. So what I'll do, I'll copy the same ID. I'll put in FLS check. What I'll do, I'm just making this flag true, and then fetching the record and storing into this string variable. Let me select here, instead of with sharing pick list, with the sharing pick list, what is happening? Same record we are fetching, updating the field, and then performing DML. But in FLS check, we're not performing DML. Querying record, modifying the field value. If we just click go button, it will not throw error. So this is able to fetch the record. We're able to display the value. So that is what with the sharing. And without sharing, without sharing is also say without sharing is also same as system mode. If you want, you can try that by just changing here. uh, without is a single word and sharing is another word. There are two words, so you can just do the same exercise. And this code is, I'll place this code in uh, GitHub. You can access it here. All these PPTs are available, overview 1, 2 and 3. And then this is the page, sharing check page and sharing check class. So these are the classes. You can download it from this GitHub and you can read it. And few other concepts I want to cover in with sharing and without sharing. So let's say few people will be attending for interviews. As part of that, there are some questions, so we will see what are those questions. Let me, okay, so take this document has very clear information. You can read it from this also. So we will see what are the interview questions that we will generally come across. So there is a class, and this with the sharing is not for methods, it is at class level. And we can have inner classes also. uh, you understand what is inner classes, right? So let's say if I'm writing here a class name cls1, this is called as outer class. And inside this class, so inside this class, let me go on this. Inside this class, what I can do is, one second. So inside this class, I can write one more class, public class cls2. And then, so this is called as what? This is called as inner class. And this is called as outer class. In Salesforce, we are allowed to write only one level of inner class, meaning we cannot write inside this class again, we cannot write one more class. Class CLS3, we cannot write like this. So this nested inner classes are not allowed. Only one level of, only inner classes is just one level. So you might, in Java, if you are coming from Java background, we can also have a nested inner classes. We can write one more inner class inside this inner class. But in Salesforce, it is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? I'll tell you a simple example. If you write more inner classes, the complexity will increase. Complexity in terms of complexity, complexity will increase. Complexity in terms of execution. Execution, it will take more time, and also maintenance will become different difficulty. Simple example is, let's say if you have a five-star chocolate. Okay, if you have a five-star chocolate, if it is wrapped with only one wrapper, then it is easy to remove the wrapper and eat it. But if there are 10 wrappers, then it is difficult to unbox it or remove all the wrappers and eat it. It takes more time, meaning execution time is more. If we have more wrappers, execution time will increase. So that is why they have removed this complexity. To remove this complexity and maintenance issues, see, in Salesforce, we just have only one level of inner classes. Okay, let's come back to this. So now there is a class with this is marked as with the sharing, and it has some methods. Okay, and there is another class is marked as without sharing, and there are some methods. There are some methods. At the same time, this class without sharing class has an inner class. Now, what type of interview questions we will get? So the first question they'll ask is, now we are very clear about what is with sharing, what how it is behaving, if there is a visual force page, if it is just a apex class, how it is behaving. We are very clear about it. Now they will try to twist it by asking these questions. So the first question is, I have a class as with sharing, and then I have a class as without sharing. Now if I try to call a method, this is how you will call a method, right? If it is a static method, you will call as class name dot method name. Method name is m here, class name is c with dot m. Class name dot method name is how we will call static methods. Now question is, inside without sharing, if you call with sharing method, what happens? So what happens is, uh, this is without sharing, but it is going to with sharing class, it is calling m method. So when it goes to the m method, this m method is in with sharing mode. So this method will execute in with sharing. This method will execute in with sharing only. This m method will execute in with sharing. Let's say if instead of void, if it is returning the results, then what happens? Once the result, the second interview question, first interview question is what? If without sharing class has a method called m, and if it is calling a method which is another method which is a class, which is a the class is declared as with sharing, then what happens? This method will be called in with the sharing mode only. It's sharing mode only. But instead of void, if it has any return type, and if it is assume if it is returning list of accounts back to the caller. Let's say if it is returning list of accounts to the caller, then what happens is the second interview question. Then what happens? When the call finishes, again the code execution returns to without sharing mode. So this m method is in without sharing. So when the calling is written from this place to with sharing mode to this place, then this method will still continue. This method will still continue in without sharing mode. The whatever the records that we have received from the with sharing mode records, this will execute here as without sharing mode. This will execute as without sharing mode. Now this is very important. What I feel is this question is very important. If with sharing class is there, and there is a without sharing class, and in from without sharing class, what I am doing, I am calling a method which is part of with sharing. Then what happen? And if this method is returning the results, let's say if it is returning list of accounts, what happens? So first is when a method is called, this method is in with sharing mode, so this execution will happen in with sharing. But when it is returning the records, it will return to back to this m method of with sharing without sharing mode class. So this from here the results will execute, the return results will execute, or it will continue in without sharing mode. Okay. The second question is, sorry, third question. Uh, let's say I have this class as without sharing, and there is a inner class. So inner class will not take the outer class sharing mode. If outer class is without sharing, then it will not take inner class will not take without sharing. Even outer class is with sharing, inner class will not take with sharing. So what we will do is, if inner class from inner class, what happens if you are calling a method c with sharing method? So this execution will run in c dot will run in with sharing mode. And once the results are returned back, and then this will run in what mode? So you can read it here. All code in this class execute with the same sharing concept as the code that class its. Inner classes are separate from outer classes. They are clearly saying that inner classes will not share, outer classes sharing mode. Again, this call is into c with operates with enforce with sharing rule. When a method is called, this method will execute in with sharing mode only for the context user, regardless of the class that initially called this inner class. When the call finishes, the code execution returns to the sharing mode that was used to call this inner class. Okay. So now seen or without. So there is another class. This is extending. There is another class they have written. Uh, this is another inner class. Sorry. This is a class they have written, and they are trying to understand how this is going to execute. So you can read this document. This has some clear information. That's all for today. Thank you very much. In case if you have any suggestions or any best solutions, you can post it in the comments. Thank you.